इनमेक्स एसएमएम इंडिया के 13 संस्करण की शुरुआत आज मुंबई के गोरेगांव ईस्ट स्थित बॉम्बे एग्जीबिशन सेंटर में हुई। 200 से अधिक प्रदर्शकों के साथ यह आयोजन दक्षिण एशिया का सबसे बड़ा मैरीटाइम प्रदर्शनी एवं सम्मेलन है। इस आयोजन ने विश्व स्तरीय विशेषज्ञों, उद्योग जगत के प्लेयर्स को एक ऐसा मंच उपलब्ध कराया है जहां उन्हें मैरीटाइम सेक्टर की चुनौतियों, अवसर एवं इनोवेशंस पर चर्चा करने का मौका मिल रहा है। एक अनुमान के मुताबिक भारत के शिप बिल्डिंग मार्केट के साथ हरित तकनीकों के एडॉप्शन, डिजिटलीकरण एवं ऑटोमेशन के चलते यह सेक्टर 2028 तक $8.7 बिलियन के आंकड़े तक पहुंच जाएगा। प्रदर्शनी के भव्य उद्घाटन समारोह का आयोजन गणमान्य दिग्गजों की मौजूदगी में हुआ। इनमें श्री श्याम जगन्नाथ, IAS डायरेक्टरेट जनरल ऑफ शिपिंग, बंदरगाह, नौवहन एवं जलमार्ग मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार, मिस महामहिम यासिल बुरिल्लो, भारत के लिए पनामा के एम्बेसडर एवं कॉन्सुल जनरल, रियर एडमिरल दीपक कुमार गोस्वामी, एडमिरल सुप्रिटेंडेंट नेवल डॉकयार्ड मुंबई डॉक्टर मालिनी शंकर, वाइस चांसलर इंडियन मैरीटाइम यूनिवर्सिटी तथा पूर्व डायरेक्टर जनरल डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ शिपिंग मिस क्लॉस उल्रिच सेल्बेक्स, बिजनेस यूनिट डायरेक्टर मैरीटाइम एंड रिन्यूएबल फेयर्स हैम्बर्ग मेस्से und कांग्रेस GmbH, श्री सब्यसाची हजारा, चेयरमैन इनमेक्स एसएमएम इंडिया एडवाइजरी बोर्ड तथा श्री रणजीत पॉल, ग्रुप डायरेक्टर इन्फोमा मार्केट्स इंडिया शामिल थे। उद्घाटन समारोह को संबोधित करते हुए श्री श्याम जगन्नाथ, IAS डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ शिपिंग, बंदरगाह, नौवहन एवं जलमार्ग मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार ने कहा, भारत का मैरीटाइम सेक्टर 9% अनुमानित विकास दर के साथ 2047 तक $20 ट्रिलियन GDP को हासिल करने में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभा रहा है। हाल ही में हासिल की गई उपलब्धियों में शामिल है मुख्य बंदरगाहों की क्षमता को दोगुना करना, जल मार्गों का विकास, क्रूज यात्रियों एवं समुद्री यात्रियों को बढ़ाना, सौर ऊर्जा का विस्तार तथा लाइट हाउस, पर्यटन, सागरमाला एवं डिजिटलीकरण जैसी पहलों के चलते इस बदलाव को गति मिल रही है। स्वच्छ सागर पोर्टल के एनवायरमेंटल डेटा की बात करें तो स्थायित्व बेहद महत्वपूर्ण है। सेक्टर ने बंदरगाहों की क्षमता को 4 गुना करने, स्वच्छ ऊर्जा ईंधन हब्स के निर्माण, क्रूज पर्यटन के विकास, शिप बिल्डिंग एवं रिसाइकलिंग लीडरशिप तथा 5000 किलोमीटर के रीजनल वाटरवे ग्रिड का दृष्टिकोण तय किया है। ग्रीन शिपिंग के लिए नेशनल एक्शन प्लान पर्यावरण के अनुकूल प्रथाओं तथा कम उत्सर्जन करने वाले जहाजों को बढ़ावा देकर भारत के मैरीटाइम सेक्टर को समृद्ध एवं पर्यावरण के प्रति जिम्मेदार सेक्टर के रूप में अग्रसर कर रहा है। श्री सब्यसाची हजारा, चेयरमैन इनमेक्स एसएमएम इंडिया एडवाइजरी बोर्ड ने कहा, मैरीटाइम उद्योग में शिपिंग एवं सीफेयर्स दुनिया की संस्कृतियों, अर्थव्यवस्थाओं एवं शिक्षा को कनेक्ट करके महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाते हैं। शिपिंग परिवहन को सबसे व्यवहारिक एवं किफायती माध्यम है। शिपिंग परिवहन का सबसे व्यवहारिक एवं किफायती माध्यम है जो दुनिया भर के कारोबार एवं कार्बन उत्सर्जन को कम करने में उल्लेखनीय योगदान देता है। इनमेक्स एसएमएम इंडिया आधुनिक तकनीक एवं इनोवेशन पर जोर देते हुए उद्योग जगत के विकास के लिए जरूरी साझेदारियां एवं ज्ञान के आदान प्रदान को प्रोत्साहित करेगा। इनमेक्स एसएमएम इंडिया के 13वें संस्करण पर विचार व्यक्त करते हुए श्री योगेश मुद्रास, मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर इन्फोर्मा मार्केट्स इन इंडिया ने कहा, इनमेक्स एसएमएम इंडिया के आयोजनकर्ता के रूप में हमें गर्व है कि हम इसके 13वें संस्करण को आयोजित करने जा रहे हैं। मैरीटाइम उद्योग कारोबार में 95% से अधिक तथा भारत के कारोबार मूल्य में 70% योगदान देता है। इस तरह यह विश्व स्तरीय अर्थव्यवस्था में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाता है। भारत दुनिया के सबसे तेजी से विकसित होते मैरीटाइम मार्केट्स में से एक है। इस सेक्टर को सशक्त बनाने के लिए भारत के बंदरगाहों को अपग्रेडेशन, बुनियादी संरचनाओं में सुधार के लिए निवेश की आवश्यकता है ताकि इन बंदरगाहों पर बड़े जहाजों और बड़े कार्गो वॉल्यूम को आसानी से हैंडल किया जा सके। साथ ही इनलैंड वाटरवेज के विकास निवेश का आकर्षक अवसर है। सरकार ने वित्तीय वर्ष 2023-2024 में बंदरगाह, नौवहन एवं जलमार्ग मंत्रालय को रुपए 2218.74 करोड़ का आवंटन किया है तथा ग्रीन शिपिंग को बढ़ावा देने के लिए परियोजना की कुल लागत में 30% आर्थिक सहयोग प्रदान कर रही है। इसके अलावा विश्व स्तरीय साझेदारियों के साथ भारत बंदरगाह विकास परियोजनाओं के लिए 100% प्रत्यक्ष विदेशी निवेश की अनुमति देता है। ऐसे में विदेशी निवेश दक्षता को बढ़ाकर टर्न अराउंड टाइम को कम कर इंटरनेशनल कारोबार में सुधार लाया जा सकता है।
Not like Global Maritime India Summit, where there are MOUs signed and you can calculate in terms of $1 billion how much is business being generated exactly from that. I don't think the private conferences and exhibitions can really make such claims that we have given rise to so much of additional business. But after all, these conferences mainly serve to provide a platform for knowledge sharing and experience sharing. So in that sense, as I said, every industry today, including maritime industry, is a knowledge industry. So in that sense, it has, in my opinion, it has a huge role to play.
INMEX and the SMM conference is very opportunely placed considering the Global Maritime India Summit 2023, which is going to take place in a couple of weeks in this month itself. So bringing the stakeholders together and using this platform will be, I think, a stepping stone for the Global Maritime India Summit 2023, which the Government of India is taking up. And also there is a lot of need for such platforms because the Indian maritime industry is still not very well publicized. We need the industry to be taken to every corner of India, considering that we've got 7,500 long kilometers of long coastline. But the Indian shipping industry has to grow, and the Indian shipping industry does not mean only the ship owners. The industry is an integrated lot of everybody who is a stakeholder in the industry. So these type of platforms help to bring the maritime industry into the focus, which is the need of the hour, considering that 90% of the cargo by volume and 75% by value is actually traded through shipping. So shipping needs to be focused, and these platforms are very important for that. With respect to the technology, the entire maritime industry globally is guided by IMO. The IMO defines what are going to be the technological bandwidths and the standards, and India is progressing very well with respect to the IMO guidelines, and technology is today a partner with the maritime industry to be able to communicate, to be able to do business more efficiently. There is a lot of technology which is there in the industry, and it is only going to grow.
Mr. Hajra, I just wanted to ask you, you just spoke about more facilitative measures required to bring same actually.
It is well known to you who have been covering the maritime industry for such a long time that unfortunately the tonnage tax was introduced. But unfortunately in India only we have a situation where tonnage tax is possibly 10% of the total tax which is imposed on the shipping industry. In every other countries in the world where tonnage tax is there, the shipping industry is required to pay only and only tonnage tax. No other indirect or direct taxes are put on to shipping. Shipping is either zero rated or waived from all such taxes. Whereas only in India we find a situation that tonnage tax, even after that being introduced, tonnage tax possibly forms 10% of the total tax which any Indian shipping company is paying. Basically of course this I don't want to elaborate too much on this. We have a situation where you should say that okay, at least in your own backyard you are the most preferred lot. That is not the case even in India. Let us talk about coastal shipping. In coastal shipping, what is the percentage of the cargo being carried by Indian national bottom? It's only about 40%, and recently, I would say in a way wrongly, it was projected that cabotage is being relaxed. No, there is no cabotage law in India. It is only a question of preference that was being given, and it is a question of a no objection and DG shipping, permitting and things like that.
That is
I'm saying even that is being taken off. Even that is being taken off, whereas if you go to USA, why only USA? If you go to so many other countries in the world, I always say, after all, shipping is a part of transport. Now, why greyhounds are not being allowed to run their buses more efficiently, more cost competitive wise on the Indian roads? You talk about Indian cabotage being relaxed, and in India you can carry containers from one port of India to other ports of India. Why aren't you allowing a German traveler who is coming from Hamburg or coming from Frankfurt to Delhi? You don't allow him to travel to, if he wants to go from Delhi to Mumbai, subsequently, you don't allow him to go by any foreign carrier. It is only restricted to that. And as I keep on saying, shipping is possibly the most akin to aviation. But there is a huge difference. In aviation, no other foreign carrier is allowed to bring a foreign aircraft into India unless the DGCA gives him, the Director General of Civil Aviation, gives him the so-called landing right. So it is bilateral, it is restrictive. Whereas in shipping, there is absolutely no barrier. There is absolutely, no permission which is needed for a foreign ship to come to India. As long as they comply with the technological standard provided by IMO, they can fly anywhere in the world. So obviously, shipping being that way the most free industry, unless you provide a so-called level playing field, which is unfortunately not there, how do you expect shipping to progress? And that's what has happened.
Now they have recently set up this IFSC in Gujarat, Gift City. There is one ship that has already come. Why can't Indian owners explore that opportunity?
No, they should, and I'm sure they are going to explore, but this has just come. And we have a special session. As a matter of fact, Vandana Agarwal herself will be there tomorrow. We have a special session. Those like Ripley and others in some different names who have got their tonnage registered with the IFSC, two or three organizations.
Only one at the moment.
No, I think there are two. But anyway, both of them are going to be there tomorrow. So IFSC is a very good effort. We welcome that, and we do hope that that spurs the growth and tonnage. But obviously, as I said, unfortunately, as it stands today, there is very little level playing field for the Indian ship owners. And whatever India comprises of only 1% of the world tonnage, whereas our trade in terms of volume may be as much as 8 to 9%. Whereas in terms of the Indian tonnage, we are just barely 1%. And that is primarily, I would say, because of lack of facilitative measure.
To the 13th edition of INMEX SMM India. This is organized by Informa Markets in collaboration with SA Hamburg, and this is positioned as South Asia's largest maritime event. Here we have about more than 250 plus brands exhibiting, out of which about 80 international. We have a 3-day conference that's running, which is covering some of the most topical subjects like the green technology, on automation, on shipbuilding, the design, the ship financing, on various aspects. What we also have here in this conference is a pavilion that's dedicated to green technology, and that's something that you see across all the industries, that we're looking at how to reduce the carbon footprint. And I think maritime is, no less, that's something that you all have to look into. Apart from that, we have specific country pavilions from Greece, Germany. We also have taken an initiative this year to include students, so we have a student zone and emerging marina zones where they can showcase some of their products and some of their poster sessions. That's our initiative to bridge the gap between academia and industry, and also provides a platform for them to learn from the industry. And for the first time, we have also introduced the Maritime Excellence Award this year to celebrate the success and the achievements by the maritime community. I have here with me Mr. H.K. Joshi, who is former CMD of Shipping Corporation of India, Mr. Hajra, has been also pharmacy of Shipping Corporation of India, and currently the chairman of the advisory board of Invex is in India. Also with me is my friend Uli from Messe Hamburg. I'll now request them to share their perspective of the industry, where they see current trends and challenges. So I'll hand over the mic to them. Thank you.
So much to that. There were wonderful words. I mean, more than 80% of the world traffic, cargo traffic, is done by shipping. It's such a vital role for the global economy, and we as co-organizers of this show here, I'm representing the Hamburg Messe and Congress in Hamburg, Germany. We believe very much in the growth of the Indian market, and next year from 3rd to 6th September 2024 there will be SMM Hamburg again, by far the most international exhibition and conference for the maritime industry, with more than 2,000 exhibitors and 40,000 participants from 125 nations. I call it also the United Nations of Shipbuilding, and we will definitely try everything to give India an even stronger platform, because India will become more and more important through its population, through its education, the language, and also India is a reliable democracy. So I think in the global supply chain, India will play a much stronger role in the future than of today. Thank you.
CEN न्यूज, देश प्रदेश की ताजा तरीन खबरों के लिए CEN न्यूज को सब्सक्राइब करें और रहें पल पल की खबर से हर पल बाखबर।